The Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSSports.com.
And this portion of the show brought to you by Dr. Automotive, the cure for your car, professional auto repair and maintenance from ASE certified mechanics and master mechanics. Check them out online at autorepairsmyrna.com. John Dinkins back with you, and we've got Scott Thomas here in the house, the head coach of the Lady Patriots of Oakland. And how is it? First year? How's it going?
It's been fun. You know, it's like any job coming into the first year. You know, I feel like your first year is always a challenge. You know, everything's new, a lot of change, and you know, getting the kids to buy in to what you're doing. But you know, I feel like we're taking small steps forward, you know, each week, and you know, proud of how the girls have bought in so far.
You've had some really tough games too. Your schedule is pretty tough.
Oh yes.
And I know you want it that way, but you kind of have to take some bumps with the younger team, and
right.
You've also had a few injuries too that have kind of contributed to it too.
You know, Kyla Joy, she's had shoulder and ankle issues, but first game against Tullahoma, her shoulder popped out of play, so she missed 2 or 3 games, and you know, we finally got her back last week. So trying to get her back, you know, into basketball shape, and you know, we've had a few other ankle issues, and you know, so it's, you know, it's just a lot of growth we're going through right now, and you know, I feel like we've competed really well so far in every game.
Kyla's a tremendous athlete. I mean, she doesn't know, I don't think, how good she really could be.
Yeah.
I know she's a track star and can do that, but she can do a lot of things and fast as lightning down the floor,
she
too.
Is, and she's a heck of a competitor, too.
Yes.
She does not like losing.
Yeah, her mama was that way, too.
Yep.
Let's talk about, I want to say it right, Wisniewski, is that how you say it?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
I got it close, right?
Yes.
Caden's kind of the leader, I guess, on the floor at times, and having taken that's a new role for her as well.
Yeah, she's, you know, the last 2 weeks, she's starting to come along and shoot the ball really well, and you know, she's a kid that never comes out of the game. You know, I can't. Last night, I think, was the first time I took her out in the fourth quarter just to get some other kids in, but she plays her butt off the entire game, always is playing as hard as she can, and she's really been a good spark for us.
Big win over Mount Juliet, and I know that had to do Whirls for confidence, and she scored 17. Cadence did.
Yeah.
That was a big win for you guys.
Yeah, Mount Juliet's a good team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they've had a tough schedule too, and you know, coming into us, you know, they played Lebanon, Page, and I think Nolensville maybe all back to back, and you know, they competed really well in all 3 of those games that I watched on film with them, and you know, I think I saw they beat Wilson Central last night, so you know, that was a good solid win for us at home, and you know, I feel like, you know, we've been right there, and you know, the week before, you know, we played Upperman close the whole game to 8 points, and you know, lost to Green Hill by 4. So we're really close. Just trying to work on some little things to get us over the hump.
Is it consistency or putting 4 quarters together? Kind of is that some of it?
Yeah, and you know, it's. You know, we've had issues with, you know, kids getting in foul trouble, and it, you know, depth-wise, it kind of puts us in a little bit of bind. You know, we got a real young bench. So just yeah, like you said, you know, just putting 4 quarters together, and, you know, really taking pride in the small things, you know, not turning the ball over when we don't need to turn over, you know, taking smart shots when we need a good shot, and you know, rebounding the basketball when we need that rebound.
The schedule, like I said, is really, really tough. And I know you played Cookeville. They could possibly be the number 1 team in the state right now. Mm-hmm. And but boy, that's how you get better at it. And I mean, sometimes you have to take some licks.
Yeah, you know, I'm a competitor too, so you know, I'd rather play teams like Cookeville and really find out what we need to get better at. And we went to their place last night. It's always a tough place to play, and I thought
I hate going there actually.
Yeah, we were actually we couldn't get a bus so we weren't able to leave Oakland until about 4:15. So
wow,
we literally pulled up. I already had them dressed, so it was basically us pulled up, put our shoes on, and we had about a 15-minute warm up, and we were playing. So not using that as an excuse, and I actually thought that we played probably the best first quarter, early second quarter that we have all year. We were up 10-9 early in the second, and my point guard, Laura Cox, got in foul trouble, so had to sit her the whole second. And then, they went on a 17-0 run, and we just had trouble catching up from there.
We're talking to Scott Thomas, head coach of the Oakland Lady Patriots. And, Scott, when we look ahead now, and all these games are important, every one of them are important, but we're getting ready for region play coming up and very soon. And I don't know. I think maybe it's a crapshoot. I mean, there's a lot of teams that I don't say their weaknesses. There just maybe not some strong points in their game. Everybody's got something, and I think you feel like your team can, if they can respond and like you say, get more consistent. They're going to be in the hunt.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think we can. Our district is tough. There's several really good teams and really good coaches in this league, and I think it's a battle every night, and I think anybody can beat anybody on any given night in our league, and that's what this time this season before we get into district play, that's really our main goal, is to try to get us ready for district play, because that's the season that really matters.
Yeah, it's the old 3-season thing. It's a pre thing in Christmas, then the regular season, then the tournament's a whole different shebang. Yeah. I want to ask you. I'm going to ask you a personal question before we leave. Not real personal, but personal enough, I guess.
All right.
But talk about what you've got coming up and what's going on around the Christmas break, because I know there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yes. So for us, it don't get any easier. So Tuesday we'll travel to Stewart's Creek and play them Tuesday, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday we're going down to White County and playing in their little Christmas tournament. So we start out with South Gibson on Thursday, who's undefeated right now as well, and then Friday and Saturday, it depends on who wins and loses, but of course, White County's in that tournament, Bearden's in the tournament, York Institute's in the tournament, so there's a lot of good teams, and should be a lot of good tests for us next week.
And really, district or schedule starts in the first week of January? Is that as soon as you get back?
Yeah, so I think January 14th is our first district game. We got Rockville at home.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And now the personal stuff, okay? Because I've not had an opportunity actually to speak to you in a lengthy time. So here we go.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. I think you and your brother, you're like legends from Riverdale, okay?
I don't know
all
about
right?
that.
And I got to see you play doing ball games and watching football, and does that make you, I know you have high expectation as a coach, does that make it harder for you, or do you understand that, okay, I had those growing pains as well when I was growing up as an athlete?
Yeah, I mean, me and my brother were blessed to have great coaches, and Coach Rankin, Coach Adelot, we were super blessed, and as a player you don't always see the ways that coaches are trying to help you, and young people, and I've being in a head role now, it's a challenge to get these young kids to understand that us coaches are truly trying to help them. It's not always us, just trying to harp on them about every little thing, but it's more than the sport that you're playing. We're trying to prepare them for when they graduate and go on to college and start a family and things like that. So, you know, I think, you know, the coaches that I had, I didn't see it then, but, you know, I feel like looking back, everything that, you know, I was taught and coached from really good coaches is, you know, helped me with my coaching career today. And, you know, coaching under, you know, great coaches like Coach Grandstaff and, you know, coaching with Coach Creasy for a long time, you know, seeing how they, you know, have always been and, you know, the culture of their programs. You know, I try to take bits and pieces of what I've learned from them and, you know, just incorporate it into what we're doing with the girls.
And you're under the situation when Coach Adelot took over for Coach Rankin.
Mm-hmm.
You were in there during that period of time.
Yeah.
Well, now Oakland's changed coaches, and you're in that as the coach.
Yeah.
So I guess that has to help you a little bit understand.
Yeah, you know, because even when, you know, I remember when Coach Adelot came in, you know, there was a lot of questions, you know, about, you know, his style of play and things like that. So, you know, it took us a while to, you know, buy into it, but you know, I think that's the main thing is, you know, you got to have the buy-in from your players, or, you know, you're never going to get really truly as good as you can be.
I know you also were a really good basketball player too. I know you've got that with you. And football, basketball, doesn't matter. I mean, I know you've coached football too. So.
Yeah, love them both. You
Yeah.
know, I just love the competitiveness of it, and, you know, just the seeing basketball. You know, the girls I coach and the ones in football. Just, you know, it's just a real joy and honor to, you know, see the kids do well.
And you got a good wife that understands football and
yeah,
basketball, and that you're going to be there at every one of them.
She's been great. She's been great. So that's always key too, is, you know, having a supportive family.
Well, I hope you have a great Christmas, Scott, and we'll be talking to you when you get back from break, and have a successful break, but also have a relaxing Christmas, a day or two anyway.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's Scott Thomas, head coach of the Oakland Patriots. This portion of the show brought to you by Dan France Concrete, a licensed and insured residential and commercial concrete construction contractor serving Middle Tennessee. That's Dan France Concrete. When we come back, I think we're talking Stewart's Creek, I believe, coming up.
Rely on the experienced professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air.
Whether it's the blazing heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter, let the Rheem Pro professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Conditioning on West College Street keep